is the fourth video in a series about building and sailing and rowing a small boat and going on some adventures. So if you haven't already, I suggest you start with videos 1, 2, and 3. Alright, I just dry fitted this together. This goes like so. I'm gonna start giving it a test run, making sure things are lining up all right. Yeah. Steering it around, ruddering around. All right, I've been test fitting this in here. Actually, at one point I took it out and laid it out there and put the mast in it. Put the seat in here. I have the seat out at the moment, just to see where it laid, and I had to make some adjustments. And okay, I'm gonna mix up some more resin. This is the third extra batch of resin that I've gotten. I got a lot of things to epoxy here, including all the parts. I'm just gonna put an extra layer on everything. All that parts over there, parts over here, boat parts. Let's glue them up. All right, I'm cutting these in half, and I'm making seat flotation, extra buoyancy for the space underneath the seats. Here's a quick side note. I got epoxy on my forearm, the bottom edge of my forearm. It gave me this weird rash. So, don't get epoxy on you. All right, here's the center. It's got some flotation devices on there. That one's drying. That's the front seat, and the aft seat is back there. I just laid a whole bunch of another layer of epoxy on the bottom here. Just shave these down. I'll cover them with epoxy in a minute here. Got another one over here. Did some sanding on the hull. I'm gonna cover that with some more epoxy, and just, there we go. Same thing with this one. All right, that's covered with epoxy. I just put a whole nother layer all over this. Whole nother layer, whole layer over there. I'm again running low on epoxy. But let's let it dry. Come back tomorrow. I'm back at it today, and I think today is the day. And I might saw the boat in half. That is something you do in this boat. You saw it in half. So I might start that. I don't know how far I'll get. Let's see what happens. Start sawing the other side. Nice and slow. Alright, I'm almost there. I'm kind of winging it. I've been sawing for a really long time, several days actually. I spread the sawing out. I saw for an hour, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or if I'm doing it right or what, but I'm like so close to being all the way through. I mean, I'm gonna just keep sawing for another hour or two. You know, this saw is like a little thin here. Just gotta get the center out. Ugh. All right, more sawing. Okay, here we go, more sawing. All right, here's the 4th or 5th day. I can't remember. I've just been sawing for, I don't know how many hours I've been sawing for. I've been sawing for many hours. Trying to get through this thing. I don't know what is going on. Maybe 10 hours, 8 hours, something like that. I just solid this. I'm just like wondering what the hell I'm not getting through, and why it's not coming off. There you go, building the boat, cutting it in half. I might have to take another break and come back tomorrow. It's already night again on the 4th day of sawing. I mean, I've also been epoxying like seat things and parts and stuff too. A lot of sawing, and I'm just a little beat down, discouraged at the moment. Okay, I think I'm on day 5 of sawing, something like that. I don't know what hour, 8 or 9, 10, something like that. I'm getting closer to sawing through this. I mean, I wish I could hold the boat up. See if I can hold the boat up and saw. It's like, sorry, the cameras. I mean, it's starting to get through. I think what has happened is the cardboard, just this rock, the cardboard that was in between this bulkhead, it just become rock from all the epoxy. But I'm like slowly digging it all out, and there's some areas in the center that are still connected, and some areas like around like this here. I don't know. Found another area where it's just hard cardboard epoxy. All right, I'm gonna keep sawing for a bit. More sawing. Another breakthrough. I'm sawing. I'm still sawing. Here we go. All right, success. Well, failure then success, because the main problem was that I've definitely messed up the bulkheads here, and I'm gonna have to do some major repair work, but I think it's still salvageable. All right, let's get the sander out. And then I'll probably have to do some filleting. All right, lots of sanding done. And I covered the front and the back here with lots of epoxy. Probably have to do another layer. I'm definitely gonna paint this hole here. Will not look good varnished. But maybe some of the insides will look okay. We'll see. But let this dry, come back, put some more on. Got some rubber I gotta put on here too. These are the drying seat flotation. Here's some pieces, mast. More pieces. All right, it's coming along. Boat. Okay, today I just spent the day sanding. The past couple hours sanding. You know, some 80 grit, 150 grit, and 220. If I get time, maybe I might varnish some of these, some of the parts, like the dagger board and the plug and assembly seats. They're all sanded, almost ready to go to be varnished. This needs a lot of work. This needs a lot of work. More epoxy. This needs a lot of work. More epoxy. Yeah, so I'll see what I can get to today. Another hour, 2 maybe. All right, I've covered a lot of these seats and pieces. The dagger board and the seats. You can see the whatever that's called. I've covered this with a some new fillet. Let that dry. I'm gonna sand the hell out of it tomorrow. Did a lot of sanding today too. I sanded the inside and the outside of the hull, and there's more of that to do still. All right, just came back and sanded for a really long time, and put some more epoxy and varnish on a lot of second dose, a second layer of varnish. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with whether this will be varnished, what will be varnished, what will be painted. But yeah, I'll let this dry and come back in a day or so. It's just been a couple hours sanding, and I just, rough grit down to a smooth grit, and then put a layer of varnish. This is maybe the third layer of varnish I put on there, especially with the seats and the mast and the rudder and the dagger board and the plug and all that. All right, come back tomorrow when it's dry. All right, I put the rubber gasket on the bulkhead here with rubber cement. So pressing it in, making sure it's sticking. Let's hope this works. Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty more adventures to come. If you'd like to help keep this boat afloat and wind in those sails, you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. You could buy some music from the links below or make a donation. Visit my website. Much more fun to come.